And back we come. And a very last glass of my current batch of cold brew coffee. Savor it. Right, so I was doing this thing, I remember. Oh, that's the wrong pickaxe, don't waste that one. That was my fortune axe. That'd be a dumb way to burn it up. I can't stop thinking about food now. I think the low carb base is around 40 grams of carbs. That sounds a little bit high. I mean for the entire pizza. And which size as well, because they offer it in 2 sizes. Yeah, for the whole pizza, for the large size, that sounds like it probably would be pretty close to the truth. And in which case, my rough calculations of 4 slices is about right. So I try and stick to around about 20 grams net carbs a day. Good to know. I'm just glad I finally found a low-carb pizza that's actually worth eating. Back with some coffee and some cookies. Ah, cookies. Don't talk about cookies. I miss cookies. I haven't even tried to find a keto substitute for cookies. I'm sure there's recipes out there. But even if there are, I don't want to get them. It would set up way too much cravings. And I'd probably way too many of them to stay keto anyway. More than a few times I've eaten an entire sleeve of cookies all at once. Moderation is very difficult with cookies. Especially like Oreos and stuff. Oreos, I basically pour the entire tube of cookies down my throat all at once. The only thing that slows me down is if I have them with milk or something, because then you got to spend time dipping them. Know what I mean? That's been the biggest thing with the keto thing, just enforcing moderation. If left to my own devices, you know, I'll make a pig of myself. I've eaten entire family-sized pizzas myself all at once, and garlic bread, and, you know, a 1.25 litre of Coke, or Pepsi or whatever, all in one sitting. But because of the way the keto diet works, if you overindulge, if you have more carbs than you should have had, it stops working. You get kicked out of ketosis. So there's there's no such thing as a cheat day with keto, which, you know, you give me a set of rules like that, and it's easy to stick to. But you tell me just to have 2 cookies a day from a jar full of cookies. I can't do it. Any particular reason doing keto over normal calorie restrictive diet? Partly because it's a self-control thing. Calorie restrictive, I've tried that before. And I tend to drift. I just have a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. And the meals get bigger and bigger and bigger. And sooner or later I'm just back to eating a more than I need. But with keto, because of the biochemistry involved in what it does, and understanding that if I cheat, it's going to take 3 days to a week to get back to a point where it's actually doing what it's supposed to do again. Shit like that. It's easier somehow. Plus, I saw the results happening, not just with the personal health vloggers and stuff like that. They're all over YouTube, who lie, by the way. It's so full of lies. Hey, this keto pizza tastes just like real pizza. No, it doesn't. Fuck you. But people like Jeff Ramsey from Achievement Hunter. He was on keto. Still is, as far as I'm aware, actually. But yeah, he, like me, is a creature of habit. Has a tendency to form habits. Like, he was an alcoholic for many, many years. He's been clean for about 2 years. I think he just celebrated his 2 years clean, actually. I've never had a substance abuse problem, but I could have if I'm not really, really careful, because I have that sort of addictive personality. But yeah, he and I are similar in some of the key ways, and I thought, well, if he, found success on keto and he dropped a bunch of weight, just like I have, I thought to myself, well, if he can do it, it's probably pretty doable for me too. I'll give it a go. And I did, and I've been seeing some pleasant success with it. I don't intend to stay on it permanently, because there are just too many foods I'm not allowed to have that I miss too much. But the plan is to stick with it as long as I can before it starts driving me insane, because I'm starting to miss certain things. But I'm pretty close to a flat tummy right now. Like, my paunch is as small as it's been since I was like 17. My bitch tits are smaller than they've been since I was 17. I can fit back into t-shirts that I haven't been able to wear in years because they got too tight. So, the weight loss has slowed down, as it tends to do with keto. The first 3 weeks or so, you see some rapid loss, which is partly water weight and partly just your body going, "Argh!" But then your body catches up with you and it starts burning body fat a little bit slower. But yeah, I thought I might as well just keep going and see if I can go full flat tummy, and then switch back to a regular, normal diet. Try my hardest to pay attention to the calories I'm putting in me, so I don't stack it all on instantly again. I'm under no disillusion that I will put weight back on. That's just what happens when you stop keto. You will put water back on. Water weight initially, and as your body adjusts, it'll, it's getting the carbs again. It's, oh, carbs! I'm gonna save these for later. I haven't had carbs in ages. I should save these, and start storing fat again. But I don't mind being chubby. The intention is not to stay flat belly. It's never been who I am. I'm just not built for it. My biology it's not my natural state of me. I've always been chubby, no matter what I've eaten or how much I've exercised or what my lifestyle has been. But I did get too heavy for a while there, and it was harming the health of my back. My chronic back pain gets a lot more difficult to deal with if the bad back has to support more weight, rather obviously. But yeah, keto's been working. Best way to keep BluntNate on keto is to say the only pizza you can do is Hawaiian. Never gonna happen. Hawaiian pizza is not pizza. It's adulterated bread. Oh, right to the other side. Yay! People get pissed at me when I talk about losing weight. Being in pain all the time sucks. Why do people get pissed at you? Are they just like... Actually, I don't even know why. Why would people be pissy about talking about losing weight? Especially in Sydney, considering the self-involved vanity train that happened. You know, there's the Sydney culture of happy the donut's working. Yeah, I'm happy the donut's working for me too. Yeah, I mean, I've been on a few different, you know, every year or so, maybe every 2 years, I'll get up, you know, I'll get out of control with what I'm eating, and I'll stack on a whole bunch of weight, and then I'll have to try and drop it off again because of the back. Last time I did it, year and a half ago, whatever it was now, maybe actually 2 years ago, come to think of it, because I was with MSI at the time, because I remember talking to them about it. Yeah, I was on just a calorie restricted diet, just eating a lot of rice and chicken breast, basically. Most of my meals was rice and chicken breast in some form or another. You know, very, very low in fat, moderate caloric load. And that worked. It was very, very boring. And I got sick of it real quick. But with enough willpower, I got through it. And I did manage to drop a bunch of weight. But yeah, keto's been a lot easier to do than that, because keto's a lot more variety. You don't feel as hungry on keto because the fat keeps you satiated. Yeah, on the rice and chicken breast diet, I was feeling a little bit hungry pretty much all the time. But I figured if I could quit smoking cold turkey, I could get through that. And that was what I was reminding myself every time. I was like, I'm hungry. I want a sandwich. I want a bag of lollies. Anything. I'd remind myself, well, you know what? You had the willpower to quit smoking. You can do this, you fat bastard. It's only a few hours away till your next meal. You can do that. You can make it another 3 hours before you can have a nice big bowl of rice. You can do it. Yeah, keto's been a bit easier than that, though. I don't know. I think it's antibodies. Oh, right, Nerdy. You've got some of those people around you. Yeah, we're like, oh, I'm going to lose some weight. No, you're fine as you are. Don't buy into the magazines. You don't have to be skinny. Yeah. I know those people. I hate them. Which is why every time I talk about losing weight, I slip into the conversation, it's because of my back. It's not really part of the conversation that needs to happen, but it stops that happening. You go, no, I think you look good with a little bit of extra weight on you, or whatever it is. I say, well, no, the heavier I get, the more pain I'm in. So, stop. Red Lamb, how you doing? Yeah, no, it's not a vanity or body positivity thing for me. It's just it's all about the chronic pain. In fact, as far as my personal tastes in romantic partners goes, I like a woman who's a bit voluptuous. You ever hug a really skinny girl? They're pointy. Elbows and hips and ribs and too pointy. It's not that bad, but I did have a particularly petite girlfriend once who was, you know, no matter what she ate, she was just one of those people who was just like a vague skeleton with some skin draped over it. And we would tease each other all the time. She would tease me because of my love handles, and I would tease her because her hips were pointy and things like that. But yeah, most of my girlfriends and over the years have all been at least a little bit chubby. Watch it. Doing pretty good. You stopping in before I head off to bed? Yeah, doing pretty good. I've had worse days. Also want to take up dancing again. Hurts my ankles if I do it this way. What kind of dancing? You strike me as salsa type. More to love. Now, I've always hated that phrase. More to love. More of me to love. I always thought that was such a dumb thing to say. But there is certainly a cuddle factor with someone who's not too skinny. A little bit extra body fat is more pleasant cuddling. I want to lose weight so I can take some of the strain off my knees, back, and lungs. Yep. That's the reason to do it. Ironically enough, with all the weight I've lost recently, my back did get really, really bad last week. Worst it's been in a while. But, you know, it's not as if losing weight's a magical cure for what's wrong with my back, but I've been doing better in general, though. I've had fewer worse days since dropping the weight. Knees better as well. Fat bottom girls make rock on the book around. I said that on purpose to annoy me. I may have done, Daddy. I may have done. I want to get back into ballet. Ooh. I don't think I've ever known a ballet dancer. I don't think I've ever had a conversation with a ballet dancer. Not knowingly, at least, I guess. I think women are beautiful in all shapes and sizes. Well, I don't know if that's fair to say. Some women are just ugly. Inside and out. Or one or the other. But it rarely has to do directly with whether or not they're chubby or not. Cute is always cute. Yeah, I think that that whole all women are beautiful thing is a bit bullshit. Some of them are just not. Just like not all men are handsome. Fat or skinny, some men are just fuggos. I have lumbar spinal stenosis, and I don't think there's any long-term cure except for Poppinadvil. Yeah. My diagnosis depends on which of my 4 doctors slash osteopaths slash whatever you consult. I never got the same diagnosis from any of them, which is part of my frustration with the medical profession. But yeah, there's none of them suggested that there was a cure or surgery or treatment that would help me, regardless of what their diagnosis was, the prognosis was the same. So it's like, yeah, well, deal with it. Try not to get too fat and deal with it. That was basically the only advice I got of any use from any of those fuckers. And I see someone speaking on us. In all form equality. I mean, it's not even anything to do with equality. Equality's got nothing to do with how people look. Well, I guess some kind of equality does when you're talking about like racist stuff. But equality's got nothing to do with fat people, skinny people, or anything like that. Equality is just treat people like people. It's no more difficult than that, and I don't know why people keep trying to overcomplicate it. Treat people like people, problem solved. Are you a human being person? Okay, let's just treat you like a human being person then. Yeah, PC culture gets far too tied up in really wanting to pigeonhole things in extremely specific ways. And you just don't need to do that. Treat people like people. It's really not difficult. You don't have to treat everyone good, because not everyone deserves to be treated good. Some people are right fuckwits and should be treated as such. But that's about their actions. Not about what, who, how they are, who they want to sleep with, what color their skin is, how they do their hair, what accent they have. All that kind of crap. There's... What's console culture? Don't know if I know that phrase in this context. When you say console, I just think video game consoles. I think I'm missing out on a key piece of socio-political phrasure here. So you all know that the black hole thing, right? That the first actual image of a black hole we just got. There's a bit of PC stuff going on around about that really pisses me off. Because the photo you usually see is not one of the couple of hundred people who contributed to that project. It's the particularly photogenic, cute girl, woman, who designed the software to stitch everything together. Because she's extremely photogenic. And then you see these articles say, oh, she did this. Well, yeah, no, she helped do that. She helped design the way to do that, but it's not like she did it all on her own. There are plenty of other dudes who did that as well. There were the men and other women who were part of that project. How about you give them their props as well? Everyone works really hard. But no. We gravitate towards the young, photogenic woman. And what's worse than that, because the media have done that, you start seeing the comments of, oh, she's so cute, instead of, oh, she's so clever. It's for people who don't do PC. Also, console culture is like the opposite of PC, is it? I see. That's very clever. I'm on the same page now. It's gotten to the point where if I sound like I'm with dark hair, I can picture some people saying that I'm shaming people different. Right, yeah. I mean, that's an extreme example, but it's not entirely unfair. It is raining. I know, like I said, just the whole... I mean, equality is important. The world is shit, and not everyone gets, not all people get treated as if they were people. And that's shit, but drilling down to such an extent where everyone's just looking for the next thing to be angry about. It's just not helpful. Does way more damage than good, because all you do when you get extremists on either side is give the extremists on the other side something to, someone to target. And it just draws attention away from the actual point. Like that thing that happened with the politician, that racist piece of shit politician, and that 14-year-old kid who smashed an egg on his head while trying to film it with his other hand, like an idiot. People are like, hey, egg boy! Yay, egg boy! Standing up against racism! Hooray! But instead of talking about the actual issue, now everyone's just going, hey, egg boy! Egg boy! He deserved it! Physical assault as punishment for being a dickhead! Ha ha ha! Hooray! No! You missed the point, you stupid fuckers! Just stupid state of the world. Just treat people like people. That's all you need to do. It's like the laziest thing you could do as well. You have any idea how much effort it takes to remember who you're supposed to be hating? What particular subculture of people are the bad people, and where the line is, and are they libtards, the right-wing nutjobs? Just people. Just people! I hate when I hate when you people make me go off on this rant. The other thing is, no matter how passionately I argue, just to treat people like people, the only people who ever go, yeah, preach it, brother, are the people who already agree with me anyway. I don't think I've ever changed a fucking mind regarding this issue. And you can't. It's extremely rare for anyone's mind to be changed on this kind of subject, because they're invested. And they feel like it's weakness to suddenly join the other side they've been arguing against for so long. Whichever side that is. We've seen it a little bit with some Trump supporters going, you know what? Maybe that was a bad idea. But Trump is such an extreme example of buyer's remorse. I don't know if it even counts. Wait a second. Why is that too thick there? Oh. I guess I went too high instead of one high. Didn't mean to do that, but whatever. Nice going. I'll patch the walls later. Scaffolding makes it easy. Yeah, we're at that point where the blocks are starting to glitch. Too many blocks. It's alright, that'll despawn soon enough. Tell you what, this pig's doing well. Thought it was going to break by now, but it's just hanging on. Oh, here we go. I guess I was just too thick over there. It's one thick here. Alright then. Oh, back to too thick. Right, let's talk about something else instead of political correctness. Right, how many days have we got till Avengers Endgame? Might be 10 days away? Might it be 14th today? Yeah. 7, 8, and we're 10 days away. Oh, My Time in Porsche releases in 2 days on the Switch. Who's these? Mortal Kombat week after that. Ooh. On the 29th this month, the Game Boy is going to be 30 years old. For some reason, I marked that on my calendar. Was I planning on making... Yeah, maybe I should make a video on that. 30 years of Game Boy. Maybe that's why I marked it on my calendar, to remind me to make a video. I don't remember. Off topic, whatever, super duper graphics pack. They had to start from scratch, apparently. Like, all the work they were doing, they hit some sort of roadblock that turns out that they couldn't do it in the way they intended to do it, so they had to go back to square one. I don't know what the progress is at, because they don't really talk about it. But yeah, they're still planning on doing it. But they had to redo a bunch of work, apparently. What do you think of Star Wars game? I want to be excited about it, but I'm too smart to be excited about it. Because, as I posted on Twitter earlier today, EA have time and time and time again proven that they cannot be trusted. They do not tell the truth. Every single scrap of goodwill, of integrity, of faith, of trust that they ever had has been eroded over the last 5 years. To such an extent where even if on the surface every piece of information about this game that comes out from Respawn seems like it is going to be brilliant, like the best story-based Star Wars game there's ever been, I still wouldn't trust it. Because Respawn don't make story-based games. They never have. Every game they've ever made has been either weakly story-based, like Titanfall, or no story at all. I know they they hired the guy who did the original God of War game. I know he's on board with it, apparently. Whatever his name was. So potentially they've got someone on board who does know how to do a story-based action-adventure game. The cast they've got along. The guy who plays Jerome in Gotham, he's a very fine actor. I have faith in his ability for the performance. They got some original Star Wars talent in. Like, what's the audio guy's name? Ben Burt? Is that the audio guy who did the R2-D2 sounds originally and things like that? That's responsible for the original lightsaber sounds and all the effects and things like that. That guy, he's on board, apparently. So they seem like they have all the talent that they need to make a brilliant game. But you can't trust them. Cannot trust EA. Anyone who does is an idiot. Didn't mean to do that. I should probably pick these up. Probably going to need them. Yeah, anyone who hypes any influencer who hypes up the Star Wars game is either an idiot or is one of the EA game changers is being paid to hype it up, because nobody who understands the history of EA and what they've done with the Star Wars license and what they've done with every other game they've published in the last decade, they have there's no reason to trust any single thing they say. They have no credibility left. Zero. Ben Burt. It was Ben Burt, wasn't it? I did get the name right. I felt like I got it wrong. Yeah, I keep waiting for them to ruin Apex as well. For the moment, Apex seems unmolested by the EA toxicity. But you never know. Even that, I can't trust him with. And I don't even play that. I mean, I have played a little bit, but it's not like I play it. I've also met R2D2. Nice. Oh, I missed a spot. Yeah, I've never met the original R2D2. But I have met some of the droid makers who make perfect copies of R2D2. I've spoken to those guys. Supernova and stuff like that. Oh, there goes the pick. Finally broke. With 2 blocks left. The only thing I like of EA is The Sims. Oh, no, you can't even trust them on The Sims. Yeah, the prices they charge for the DLC, what they did with The Sims mobile game. Gross. Can't even trust them with that. And all you have to do to make money from The Sims is just leave it the fuck alone, but they can't stop themselves. They just cannot help themselves. What the hell was that noise? Is that thunder? Didn't sound like thunder. I like to enjoy stuff too, nerdy, but EA have just eroded my faith so much. I'm just so bitter about everything they've done, basically. I really, really want that game to be awesome. Because it is literally what we've been asking for. You know, quote unquote, no microtransactions, single player, narrative, story-based action-adventure game. It is precisely what, you know, we, quote-unquote we, the player base, the Star Wars fans, have been asking for half a decade of bullshit Battlefield games. We keep telling them this is what we want. And for 2 years, they've been working on it. Well, 2 years since they announced they were working on it, like 2016. They kept basically silent about it. And little dribs of information came out. So, unlike Titanfall, hopefully unlike Titanfall, because Titanfall was in development for almost as long, but the Titanfall story has come out that, oh no, they had to restart development over and over and over again, so who knows if that's what happened with this game. How many times did they restart from scratch because EA said, nope, we want it to be this. How much influence has been happening there? I have no faith left for EA. I have nothing left for them. No trust, no faith. And, yeah, I think anyone else who does is a bit of a short-sighted idiot. I'd rather go in catastrophically bitter and be pleasantly surprised than go in hyped to the hilt and be let down again. Because frankly, I'm fucking tired of that. Even the Force Awakens based in New Hope? Yeah, I mean, JJ is not the most creative of filmmakers. He's very good at being a director. He's very good at the visual stuff, at tying in, you know, at making things feel emotional and look great. But as a storyteller, JJ is not very imaginative. Everything he's done is basically just a adaptation of something else. Literally, you look at his entire career, nothing he's done has been wholly original in any way. But Hollywood like him because he does that. He is safe. He doesn't take huge risks. He does what already works. And I speak as someone who has interviewed that man. I interviewed him when the original Star Trek movie came out, as a matter of fact. Twice, actually. He's a lovely guy. Like, you know, I know people just say that about famous people. Lovely guy. And he really was a lovely guy. He had nothing but time to talk to me about all the stuff he was passionate about. And he's very passionate. Very enthusiastic. But yeah, I wouldn't expect... what are they calling it? The Return of Skywalker? The Rise of Skywalker? Whatever it was? What's the name of the damn thing? Yeah, I wouldn't expect that to be all that different from another Star Wars movie that's come along before. I guess we'll just go fishing. Hey, you got Unbreaking 2. Not bad. Not bad. I think that's exactly what happened, what we had on the pick that this is replacing. What else we got? Efficiency 3. Ooh. That's right, we got a couple of Silk Touch. We should put one of those on a pick at some point. Let's do that now. Silk Touch on a pick or Silk Touch on a shovel? I think pick is probably more useful to us. Yeah, let's make another pick and put that Silk Touch on. But I will slam this Efficiency 3 on here, I think, maybe. Is it going to cost us 3? Sure. Alright, let's make another pick. The Ride of Skywalker. That's a great typo. The Ride of Skywalker. That'll be at the new Disney park, won't it? Oh, that's what they should call it! They should make a roller coaster, a Star Wars themed roller coaster at the new Disney, you know, the Star Wars Disneyland thing. And they need to call it the Ride of Skywalker. Genius! Genius! Oh, jeez. Where'd you come from? That was close. Glad he didn't follow me in here without me seeing him. Alright, might as well give it a base enchant first, see what we get. Fortune. Fortune and Silk Touch really don't go together very well. Hopefully they don't self-eliminate. I have no idea whether you can put the two on the same thing. Nope, can't even do that. Alright then. Let's make another one. Jesus. At least we found all those diamonds. Stop doing that. Oh, still got the sticks. Should put a pattern on that before EA fucks it up. Yeah. Sorry, where was I? The Rise of Skywalker, why does it feel like they're going to make it so Rey was the chosen one? I don't even know about that. I don't want to have that argument. That'll do. That'll do fine. Efficiency. Silk Touch. Boom. Oh, actually, we should call this thing. Silk John is what I usually call these things, isn't it? Actually, while we're here, Fortune Axe. That one's just standard. That one we can save for later. Jam it on something else. Right there. Coolsies. We should probably make another shovel while we're at it too, by the looks of things. Although, I might want to take a trip to the mob farm before I do that, because I'm almost out of levels. Kathleen Kennedy is, yeah, I'm not even going to argue her as well, because can't really talk about Kathleen Kennedy without sort of baiting in all the incel types, you know what I mean? Who blame her being a woman for screwing up Star Wars. It's just, are you dumb? Do you not understand how many women were involved in Star Wars from the very beginning? You're not a fan. No, let's, like I said, save the shovel until we build up some levels. Alright, how's this thing been ticking along? We've been going for, call it 5 hours-ish? Yeah, so it's not too OP. I think I'm okay with the drop rate of like that. I mean, we can go for 5 hours and not quite fill up a chest. Not even close to filling up a chest with drops. So I think we'll keep this data pack hopper thingy mabob guy. And we'll make a little greenhouse. And like on one side we'll put... Actually, we don't even need a greenhouse. We'll put him here. Just put a bunch of trees here. Oh, and also maybe the dyes here. Well, maybe the dyes along this wall, because we probably need more room for dyes, and put the trees here. Or... Ooh, here we go. I could put them... Yeah, we could put these in a little greenhouse next to our main house and pipe the results directly into the top of these chests. Yeah. We could put a little greenhouse just alongside here and pipe everything directly into the chests in the storage. Although leaf blocks and sticks and logs, maybe keep them separate. Kind of like the idea of the other one. Oh, you know what? We could do the dyes outside. We do the logs in here, where we're more likely to need them to go and craft something, right? And we'll do the dyes outside, because that'll be a long line of flowers. You could pop them all into one hopper system, and putting all the dyes into one chest is not a big deal, because that's what we're doing anyway. As opposed to here, where I'm putting the logs here, saplings here, etc., 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 and sticks down here. Instead of having to do a sorting system for that, we could just have these ticking over and we'll grab what we need as we need it along this wall. Because the original plan for this wall was the kelp farm, but I decided to move that outside anyway, so... Yeah, so that's our new log farm. Outside in the sunlight, where the flowers need to be, I guess. We'll do the dye farm up here and pipe it down. That way we'll have a bunch of flowers. We could do a little flower box, actually. Little garden. Little flower box garden right there. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Zoop. Actually, not even that, but retconning the old stories in favor of the Force is female. Yeah, the whole Force is female. The catch line was bait, really. Alright, Palmera, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out again. The guy called Seth Bling made an Atari 2600 emulator in Minecraft using data packs and a special map he made. I've seen a screenshot of someone who did that with an NES. Didn't look into it, but I did come across that yesterday when I was going through datapack stuff. So it's probably the same kind of, might even be the same guy. If he did it once, he could do it again. I'm excited for the Clone Wars. Yeah, the Star Wars cartoons have been fantastic. Well, actually, I haven't been watching the new one. What's that one called? Resistance? I watched the first episode of that and I went, this is fucking shite. And I never went back to it. Decided to wait till like the first season was done and then I'd try and shotgun it. Is it done yet? Yeah, Clone Wars was amazing. No, was it? No, Resistance is the new one. It's Resistance was the one with Ezra. What was the one with Ezra? Was that Resistance? I'm getting confused myself now. That thing. That was good. But whatever the newest one is called. First episode was shite. Rebels. Rebels, yeah. Sorry, Rebels, yeah. Clone Wars and Rebels were great. Like, seriously great storytelling. Clone Wars probably more than Rebels. But Rebels... I think the best Rebels episode was probably better than the best Clone Wars episode. But Clone Wars was a more consistent series, as far as being awesome went. The Resistance isn't... Yeah, the Resistance, I don't know. Is it, who's been watching that? Has that gotten good? Because the first episode was slow and clunky, and I hated everybody. He also recently made a 20 FPS GIF. I watched that video this morning, Eastwind. I literally watched that video like 20 minutes before I started streaming today. Making the in-game GIF on a map kind of thing. Yeah. Fucking genius. Same guy. Figures. I mean, if you're smart enough to figure out how to do a console emulator inside Minecraft, you're smart enough to work out how to do GIFs on maps. Alright, I think we could probably seal this off without too much problems. I don't think we want this one to be the entrance, though. I think the entrance... I don't know. Let's go down and see if there are actually any slime spawning there yet. I want to make sure this is a slime chunk proper. Like it should be before I actually do anything else. Otherwise we can turn it into some sort of standard mob spawner, I suppose, but yeah. Also made a Polaroid. Oh, that was him as well? Yeah, I know that one as well, the Polaroid one. Man, that guy's... This is disheartening. Why are there no slimes here yet? This is Java. I used a tried and tested slime chunk finder to find this slime chunk. Oh, well, if it's not a slime chunk, then we'll do something else with the space. I'll turn this into a massive cult farm. Pump everything up to the surface. But there really should have been slimes here already. Come to think of it, there should have been a regular mob. So this would be spawnable right here, wouldn't it? What are we doing? Yeah, level 6 light block, 3 skin. Yeah, there should have been regular mobs. What? No, we're still in hard. I didn't accidentally go to peaceful or something. No idea. No idea what's going on here. Yeah, no, I've seen a few of Sethling's videos over the last week or so as I've been looking up various bits and pieces. I recognize the name. Alright, Hang on, just might rubber band myself up and down that shaft a bit, giggity. Make sure some slimes are spawning. Alright, we'll give that a few minutes. Hopefully something will spawn. Meanwhile, let's see here. Jungle. Oak. Acacia. Already got spruce running. Wait. Don't need 2 oaks. Or was that split? I don't know whether it was going to work with dark oak. Could probably do cactus in these as well. Actually, I need to double check what it works with. I don't think it works with pumpkins and stuff. It will do bamboo, but we don't need to do that. Probably get a sugarcane one running as well. Why not? Save the flowers for the outside. I don't think it works with berries. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in addition to that one. Uh, 5, 6, take us to the corner there. That should look fine. Roughly centered-ish. Yeah, it might be a mob cap thing. Oh, that was that sound, this thing. So I think I'm not. It goes every time it harvests something. I was standing real close to it. It sounded almost like a creeper went. Maybe panic for a second there. Like, oh right, yeah, we have to. This. God, I'm so glad we can do that. I am going to need at least one more of those. How many pot plants do I don't have any. Really? But I sworn I made a few extra. Alright then. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Yep. So, oh, apparently I can't do sugarcane. Right then, cactus we can do. And apparently dark oak works. And I think you actually need a sword in the frame for cactus. Or was it the sword for the... No, I think it was sword for bamboo. But maybe cactus as well. We'll have to try. Yeah, because you have to put the right tool in the frame to make this thing activate. The trees is the axe. I know for the bamboo, it's a sword. And I think it's a sword for the cactus as well. I'll have to double check. But either case, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... frames. And I'm pretty sure I'm all out of frames. Sure am. There's even a data pack that lets you play Minecraft in Minecraft. Of course there is. There we go, they activated straight away. Looks like they might be on the same timer, which is interesting. 1, 2, so I need 4 axes at least, maybe 5. Oh, we're burning through those extra diamonds we found. Oh well. It's for a good cause. Right, now, do I have a spare sword? And I don't think these use any durability, so hopefully this works. Oh, the Minecraft in Minecraft was an April Fool's joke, was it? That's a pretty good one, actually. Looks like it might have worked. No. Okay, so not the sword for that. I think for the flowers, for the dye, you have to use a hoe. I'm obviously going to have to double check though. Wait, under the frame. Oh wait, I was looking at that. Boy. It's interesting, you remembered the rotation. There we go, it is X. Cool. Although, should the cactus go on the... No. I was going to say, should the cactus go on the dye farm? But no, it's not actually producing dye. It's cactus, you have to cook that off to make it. In which case, should we... Yeah, maybe we need to move the cactus, put it above a furnace, then pipe it into a chest. No. We'll keep the cactus as it is, because we might want to use that as a mob killer or decoration or something. We can always cook it down to dye if we need it. Or we... yeah, maybe we use a second one in the dye farm. Seth is also the one that lets you do video calls on Minecraft, connecting the actual Verizon call. Ah, that was him. Yeah, I never even watched that video because PewDiePie. Who gives a fuck? Oh, we get vines from the jungle. Didn't know that. I wonder if we also get cocoa beans. Keep an eye on that. And apples from the dark oak as well. Good seas. Alright, let's check on the... I was going to say the farm, but let's check on the chunk. PewDiePie? No, he did that. Oh, it was Captain Sparkles, was it? Okay. I thought it was PewDiePie. Still nothing. Yeah, I wonder if it is a mobcap thing. I don't know what to do about this. And again, the last time I found a small chunk in the Bedrock version, it took a while to actually start generating slimes for some reason. Maybe it's a... I mean, we are in a pre-release. Maybe there's a bug. Maybe it's just a bug. I can but hope. I'll have to keep an eye on it before we actually do any building down there, though. Speaking of keeping an eye on things... Let's make sure I don't accidentally fall down one of those holes. Put a nice bright birch trapdoor on top of each one. What the? That's an interesting lighting glitch. Went all dark. It's bright when it's down, dark when it's up. Weird. Speaking of glitches. Huh. It's not because it's hollow underneath. Maybe it's because it goes all the way down to bedrock or something. Or... That one is sitting on top of the block, not at the block. Ah, there we go. Huh. Odd little glitch. I guess there's no need to cap those because we can walk across it anyway. I'll be honest, I kind of forgot about Seth being after the video call thing, and I came back across his stuff today. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've come across his name before, but I've never been like a subscriber or anything. It was only when I started looking at the datapack stuff that I came across his name. Do I not have... I thought I had a separate box for sugarcane. Clearly not. Alrighty. I do like how they all synchronize. Oh! Hello! It actually produces cactus green dye sometimes. That's interesting because when I read about this data pack, it said that it only produces the standard loot table. So does that mean cactus actually drop cactus green sometimes? Because I've never seen that happen. Or have this been adjusted for this? Interesting. It does drop cocoa beans as well. Ah, sweet. So that's the brown dye taken care of as well. You don't have to make a stupid cocoa bean farm, which I hate doing because they're so boring. Yeah. I mean, I guess they do drop leaf blocks, don't they? That's not a standard drop from when you chop down a tree manually, so... I guess they have adjusted the loot tables a little bit. Fine by me, though. That's nice and convenience. What draw distance are you running? I think I've got it set at 16 right now, from memory. It looks to be about 16-ish to me. Let's find out. Yep. I find it a happy balance, on Java Edition at least. On Windows 10 Edition, I can set the render distance out to like 80 chunks and still have perfect performance because it's so much more efficient. Unfortunately, Java, not so much. I don't know what my limit for this is from Java though, this machine, but 16 is plenty. Why has this stopped producing? I've just been too far away. Is this just outside of spawn? Damn it. Nothing's getting stuck. This might just be outside of the spawn. It might be in the lazy chunks. Might have to move the whole farm, actually. I really do need this thing producing constantly. Shouldn't be, though. I mean, spawn's just there. It should be constantly active. That farm's been nothing but trouble since I built the damn thing. I think the best thing to do might just be to rebuild to a different design. Just constantly misbehaving. Actually, speaking of different designs, we don't need this anymore. We have the nano farm. Hi, zombie. Hi, zombie. Oh, the frame drops when I harvest the wheat. Stupid Java. Alright, let this dry out of its own accord. No grass over. Meanwhile, we really don't need to keep these. Alright. Let's take another squiz down the slime hole. Potential slime hole. Hopeful slime hole. Hey! Sweet. We have a skelly just where I predicted a skelly to be. Well, and mob, because it wasn't lit up. And an actual slime bouncing around in the slime chunk. Oh! One shot. And he left his bow behind. We'll go check that out. Excellent, 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 excellent. Whoop. 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 We are going to have so much slimes. Alright, what's your bow doing? Power 1. Useless, pointless, why bother? But we can proceed. Should I go higher? What are we at now? 19? And this is what, 5, isn't it? So that's what, 3 spawn platforms basically? That should be enough. Might go a little bit higher. There's a bit of extra playroom. 3 platforms should be more than enough to produce way more slime than I could ever need. Yeah. Alright, yeah, back on the subject of draw distance. Not really a function of the 2080 Ti. That's CPU bound stuff really when it comes to Minecraft. The GPU doesn't really have a lot of stuff to do as far as draw distance goes. That's CPU and memory intensive more than anything else. I wonder if I can show that too. No, I don't have the... what is it? It's Shift? Shift of 3. Oh, wait. How do I make that pie chart bigger? I can't even read it myself. What is the command for GPU load? Minecraft GPU of 3. How do you know your video goes working Minecraft? No. Isn't there a command that can bring up sort of a debug for the graphics card stuff? More debug keys. These coordinates, good chat. Oh, there's a shortcut key for toggling between creative and spectator game modes. I didn't even know that. Relate textures, opens the debug screen with a profile graph. Here we go. No, that's Shift F3. That's what we're on now. Alt F3, debug screen with a frame. Alt F3 is what I'm after. Okay. Apparently I can't do Alt F3. Oh wait, no, I've got Alt F3 rebound to Ansel or something, don't I? So I can't actually use it in Minecraft. Oh well. So yeah, I can't really show you a graph of what's going on as far as that goes, but if we just go 32 chunks, let's see memory. Actually, memory's not going that much higher, is it? We're still getting 85, 87 FPS. Even if we look out towards the ocean where we get max. And doop. And 83, 75. Yeah, the frame rate's basically, in fact, the frame rate's slightly better with more chunks loaded, apparently. That's weird. Yeah. Doesn't seem to care one way or the other. Good. What's happening? Well, alright guys. We're about half an hour early from close, but chat room has basically gone dead on me. And I am starting to hunger. I have to go shopping. We might call it a stream. Because the next things that have to be done are the slime farm proper, which is a big project. The dye farm up there, which is another build project with a little greenhouse. Moving the kelp farm, or redesigning the kelp farm, that's a big project. There's nothing really small left for me to fill up the last half hour or so, so there's no point just dragging it on. We might as well just stop it here. And I will see you guys next stream, which will be on Friday, unless I do a midweek stream, which is unlikely, because I haven't done one of those in ages. Friday stream is probably going to be My Time and Porsche on the Switch. So if you like the Minecraft streams, you're probably going to like that too. And then we'll do Pokemon again on the Saturday, and then Minecraft again on the Sunday. It's the current plan anyway. But I do want to thank you for joining me today. I've had fun. It's been a good day in Minecraft. Better than Friday was, at least. Friday was very frustrating. Today was better. It was much better. Thank you for that. Thank you for support. Subscriptions, resubscriptions, the anonymous cheers, the anonymous gift subscriptions. The contributions to the charity. Appreciate all of it. And I will see you next stream, if not before then, on the tubes of you. Peace out.